Please let me start by saying thanks to both NACDA for listing my name amongst the finest collegiate athletic administrators ever, and Concordia University St. Paul for taking a chance. Concordia University St. Paul gave me the opportunity to lead a group of dedicated coaches and student athletes, and NACDA helped teach me how to do that. In 2014, I was an assistant athletic director and head softball coach at Concordia University in St. Paul. Our current AD had just accepted another position, and I was asked to be the interim director of athletics. I said I would, but I encouraged them to find someone rather quickly because I didn't think this is something I really wanted to do. But about a month into it, I was learning a little bit more about the position, and I thought this might be kind of interesting. I then decided to go over and meet with our president. He was already aware, but I reminded him that I did not have the formal training or experience and asked if I was to throw my name in the mix, would he consider me for the permanent job? He said yes, and he would make me a finalist, but I would have to earn the job from that point. So I went through the interview process, and when I did, I told the committee the same thing. No experience, no formal training, but I also told them that I thought I was the best candidate for this position because of what I do have. What I do have is an extremely strong passion for the school, for the athletics department and our coaches, but most importantly, the student athletes. A short time later, I was offered the job and the interim tag was removed. I was now the full-time AD. A short time after that, I was with my good friend Eric Scholl, and he told me about NACDA. Soon after, I went to my first convention where I learned all about the educational sessions as well. I seen the networking opportunities that was everywhere at those conventions. Many times I remember sitting down at breakfast or lunch next to a retired AD or even current AD, either way, but you could ask the questions that you had and they were always willing to share their thoughts. These were all great, helpful learning experiences. All in all, during my time as AD at Concordia St. Paul, I think we did okay. We had many great accomplishments, and it is a tribute to the coaches and student athletes. So please let me say thanks to all the great coaches. And to the student athletes, I've always said, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have jobs. So thank you, all student athletes. My family as well had a great time cheering on the Golden Bears. Both my kids and their families were always on campus for every home event. It was special times having my grandkids hanging around, breaking up that 10, 12, or sometimes 14-hour day. My wife Barb, she was my co-pilot for most of the away contests. She was the Golden Bears' biggest cheerleader. So thanks to all of them. I also had the opportunity to represent my conference, the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, when I was appointed to the D2 ADA board. Another great learning experience. When you have all those administrators in one room talking about some of the challenges we all face, you learn a lot. I am truly humbled and honored with my induction into the NACDA Hall of Fame. I've been in another world ever since I received that call from Pat Manick telling me I was going to be a Hall of Famer. NACDA did more for me than you could imagine. I went from being a collegiate softball coach to AD in what seemed to be a flash. And like I said, I had no previous experience and never really thought about becoming a director of athletics. So you can see why I am and will be forever grateful and thankful to NACDA and Concordia University St. Paul. NACDA for this wonderful recognition and Concordia St. Paul for 33 great years. Thank you.